Dear Freak Show, my husband came home from work and jumped into the shower so he could get cleaned up before dinner. I surprised him and jumped in to help him get a good and clean bath and saw that he was in a whole cry. I've been married to him for 18 years. We've been together for 21, and I've never seen this man of mine cry. It scared me so much. The actual birth of our son, he didn't cry. When we buried his mother, he didn't cry one tear, so I didn't know how to take this. It wasn't the shared shower that I had planned on it being, but I bathed him. And after the shower, we sat down for dinner, and I asked him if he wanted to tell me what was going on. I was expecting some sort of bad news. He said it's really nothing. It's just been a hard week. That literally scared me more than anything that was going on in my head. I just was waiting to hear about a death or if he had gotten sick. He was crying for nothing? That scared me. I couldn't stop thinking, what else could it be? Is there something he's not telling me? The next morning, I asked him again. He said, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. He kissed me and left for work like it was normal. I don't know what to do. My husband is a large, manly bear of a man who fishes and hunts, and he's just a man's man, and he doesn't just cry for nothing. I don't know how to take this or what to do, so I figured I would write you.
Damn, this is hard too, because a lot of women or just people, period, don't realize that crying is a very natural emotion that a lot of people need to just let out sometimes. And I know you make fun of me for it, but
I'm not making fun of you. I'm letting you say your statement.
I'm just saying that men have to cry, suppressing our emotions, because that toxic masculinity, like men always feel like we're not allowed to cry because we got to be men. Like we can't be boys. If we cry, we're a boy. And I feel like that's an immature way of looking at it. I feel like letting that out, suppressing your emotions can be harmful. So sometimes you're a ticking time bomb, and sometimes you just got to let that out.
I mean, I'm not gonna say you have to cry.
You have
but
to.
I'm just saying my part.
Okay.
I'm not saying you have to. But if you feel it, you should be able to.
Yes.
I don't think every dude out there is like, yeah, I had me a good cry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, but I also think that people who are your partner, you know, shouldn't bug out when it happens. Like, this shouldn't be a foreign thing, because, like, that's why I said it would have been good to read during June, just because that whole mental health thing about daddy who is the soldier who goes out and does whatever he could do to try and bring it home. And there's a lot of people who are, you know, refer to the fact that men will have things on their shoulders and not really have an outlet. Like, you know, like if your partner can put their arms around you and hug you and just say, we appreciate you. Or, you know, if you're going through something, you can talk to me. If the last thing you want is if you do get hit with the cry bug and something happens to you where you just feel emotionally overrun and you start crying and then it shuts down the household.
But
like,
look,
you want people to care, but you don't want it to freak out like, yo, like, why are you crying? You a big, like saying that you're a big manly man. That's almost like, I mean, that's almost like as bad as somebody saying, well, she got attacked. Well, what was she wearing? It's like, well, he was crying, but he's big and he's like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost an insult. So you don't want to treat your guy like that. If you walked in the house and your man, who is your man and protector, is sitting on the couch crying, your response is what? I think that's the best question to ask in this conversation of how to handle it. You may have never seen your man emotional before. He might be the toughest dude you know. He might be real in them streets. But if your man is sitting on the couch on the end of the bed, just with his hands around his head, and he's in tears, how do you respond to that?
look at that. Sometimes the man's man needs to be the one that needs to be checked on the most. And that's my TED Talk.
You just want to cry.
I want to cry for this man. I feel for him.
All right, Freak Show, Wild 94.1, 888-429-0941. Y'all are a mess. 813 says, I cried in front of my girl and she used it against me. I was crying because I missed my mom. Damn. That if you see your man in tears and your first thing is to try and bust on him or try and tear him down because of it, you losing. You're not being a partner. That's not real. Somebody else said he was crying because his side chick left him.
Yeah, I saw that a couple of times on the text line. I don't think that's why, though.
I mean, that would
I
be
hope
sad.
that's not why.
My husband is a crier. This is out of the A13. Our kids doing something successful, shows, weddings, everything. So for me, it's a normal thing. Would be harder to read if crying wasn't a normal emotion.
But look at how many people find it weird when they find their men crying, or they start worrying when they find their men crying. Out of the 786, most men hide it. Like, I'll have a tough morning where I end up crying on my way to work for all of the stuff going on, but we don't want to show it to our family because we're supposed to be the leader of the family. And if they see us beat up, it affects everyone.
This is hitting people in the chest because as A63 says, men go through so much alone, and in their minds, it's important to be able to let those emotions out when they need to. Just like women, sometimes men just need a good cry. Somebody else says that might be his crying spot, and her running in for the shower interrupted his cry that he can have under the shower, so he's not seen.
I think that's the other way. I think she actually might have helped him a little bit, knowing that, because she said that she showered him, kind of consoled him. Maybe now he feels like he's not alone. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it just takes that.
James just said it best out of A63. Says, shut the door, slowly walk away, let him get it out of his system. That's how you respond. I'm asking, what is it that you would do if you walked in and you saw that happening? I got Gigi in Sarasota. Hey, Gigi, how you doing this morning?
How y'all doing? Well,
what's cracking?
Morning.
Just chilling, man. Just chilling. No, I can agree with you, to an extent, but a man, we're natural providers, we're natural thinkers. We try to make everything happen for the family, and for a woman to see you cry, they only want to know what's on your mind when it comes down to what's wrong with you. So when you tell them the problem, they don't really try to fix the problem or try to make it better for you. They just want to know what's on your mind.
So I mean, because you don't want them to fix it though. I mean, sometimes it can't be fixed. You got a burden from the job on your shoulders. You got bills or whatever. Like sometimes it can't be fixed. But just having somebody put their arm around you and just letting you get it out, that should be enough. You know what I'm saying? Right. If they're not gonna freak out like this lady is.
Right, I'm with you with that. That's 100% right. But it's just that spot where you need that love, that hug.
Yeah.
I lost my mom years ago, but at times it hit me hard, and it don't be sympathetic about it. But once they just know what the problem is, they don't even really care. You know what I'm saying? They just wanted to know what was on your mind.
Right. Yeah. What's right now? Because I want to know who's affecting you like that. I've never seen you respond this way. So what got your emotions tugged on? Like, they want to know the tea. But realistically, just hug me, hold me, let me know everything gonna be all right. Send me back out there to fight tomorrow.
Facts.
Yeah, for sure. Hey man, appreciate you, Gigi. Let's see here, man. I got to move. I got Love on the phone. Hey, Love.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I was calling about the confession letter.
Yeah. She was upset, kind of scared, because she saw her man, who she's been with over 20 years, never cried, in a full-on cry in the shower, and she didn't know how to handle that.
And that's not abnormal, I feel, for a man, because a lot of times it's not his first time. That's not his first time crying. It was the first time that she caught him crying. So with that being said, she just caught him in that moment. And because her expectations of him is being a manly man, if she was taken back by it. So with her being taken back by it, she thinking there's something wrong. There probably is an underlying issue. However, that's not his first time.
Yeah. I mean, but what do you do? What do you do when you see that? Like, somebody said just close the door and let him have his time and walk away. And others are saying, you got to put your arms around him and hold him and let him know it's going to be all right.
I personally will let him go through it, because if he didn't come to me and ask me or even express it, that means that it wasn't for me in that moment. I'm sure at some point it will come out what the issue was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for me in that moment.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you, love. Man, there's a lot of stuff coming in from different angles. 727 says, funny, I fall out in the car on the way to work on a 45-minute drive because of how things are between my wife, not talking to my mom and my sis anymore, and I feel like everything I put together and work for the past 15 years is slowly falling apart. That hurts a lot. I don't know how else to release it. Shaking my head.
Yeah, because you can't even talk to her in that situation right there because it involves her. I'm going to use an O-ism here, and I'm going to make this up as I go along. But men are like volcanoes. Below the surface, we don't know what's brewing. And every once in a while, we just erupt, and we have to let that go. We have to express those emotions, and we have to. The reason why I say we have to is because of things like this, because then you are put in a situation where if you do cry, then everybody freaks out because they feel like something's wrong.
That 754 says, it's crazy y'all having this conversation. I'm one of those manly men, and I just let it out in the dark in my garage last night about my mom passing and just life.
Yeah.
Like that, I mean, it's crazy, like I said, because when I read it, I was like, man, I want to get this on. And then I left for vacation, and I'm like, I want to make sure I mention it. And it don't have to be in June and coupled with men's mental health, but this is something that people need to be reminded of, because you got guys out here that are soldiers that basically just know how to go out, kill it, bring it home, and that's it. And they repeat every day. And if they have one of these days, think about if you, and I don't want to put it pitted ladies versus guys, but it's just the stigma of men having to be on deck and ready at all times. We ready to protect, we ready to provide, and those are the men who are not the ones that ain't handling business, but the men who are handling business every day. And so if they get overwhelmed or whatever, sometimes just putting your arms around him and just sitting with him, you ain't even got to say nothing. You ain't got to be brilliant. You ain't got to have an analogy to add or nothing. But if you just want to sit there with him and put your arms around, because we are the holders. We're the ones whose arms go around the outside of you and hold you. Mm-hmm. We're never held. I told y'all, I was like, man, I got like the biggest hug from one of our listeners, and I was like, she gave me one of them grandmama hugs where she just held on, and it was like, damn, I ain't even know I needed this.
Yeah.
But man, don't let go. And she was just holding and patting my back, and I was like, this feel like one of them church hugs, like one of them ones where you just want to just let it out, you know, and you don't get to feel that because you are the ones, you're the overcoat. You're the arms that go around your girl to protect her.
Yeah.
You're the dude who may have thrown his baby off the side of the boat, but you're the dude that jumps off. You're the dude that jumps off the boat to go get it. Like, you know, daddy is always going to be on deck. And so sometimes it's overwhelming. So if you got somebody in your life, girl, guy, whoever your partner is, you should roll up on him and put your arms around him and just be like, I just wanted to come here and hug you. Don't do the tap where you ready to let go before you even start. Like, sit there and hold it in silence if you ain't got nothing to say.
And keep it there. Sometimes it's as easy as just letting somebody know that they're not alone. And that's it. It's just letting them know that they have support too.
Tiny said, I cry every day I go to work. Stop it. He said depression is a problem for everybody. Men have a built-up type of pressure, and society makes them one way or the other. Let him get it out so he can move on, but the conversation still needs to happen. This from the 863 says, sending hugs through the phone to you both, O and Rich.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, I'm good. I'm not crying, but
I might cry. Nah, I'm joking. Nah.
Give Rich 10 minutes.
If you loved that video, then you're going to want to check out more. Make sure you hit subscribe right below.